money, clothes, and the cars. Known in the streets as a hood superstar. I just wanna stunt hard, gleam and shine. And when I clutch the top spot, the game is mine. I'm a superstar. I want the money, clothes, and the cars. Known in the streets as a hood superstar. I just wanna stunt hard, gleam and shine. And when I clutch the top spot, the game is mine. I'm a superstar.
I need the money. What's up, everybody? Big Joe and the Panda back in the building, live in the NED studio, home of On the Block Sports Talk. But we're in effect right now to go through what we go through. And also big shout out to chillloverradio.net. Check us out on the podcast anytime you want. Catch the old shows, the future shows, and all the good stuff shows. All the shows that NED Studios produce right now. Hey. But we're in the building right now to talk about, to discuss, to bounce off each other. Somebody,
Jesus Christ.
It's a topic of two shows. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
The topic of two of our favorite shows that grace the airwaves on TV.
In the last couple of years.
Two of the top two shows.
In the last couple of years, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, there's a few other ones that's good that we discussed before. You know, the Walking Deads and Scandals and stuff like that that people like.
And all that good stuff. But you know what? When it comes down to it and all said and done, as my man Ric Flair would say, woo, it's only two.
Yeah, Jax Teller and Heisenberg.
Breaking Bad versus Sons of Anarchy.
That's the way, baby. Sam Crow in the building. Some of my dudes, man. I want a bike right now. I want to get a bike.
I want a black hat like Heisenberg.
Okay, you can get your black hat and wallabies.
And my Wallies.
Easier than me with a bike. So you be good. I would still want the bike.
As a matter of fact.
And I can't even ride. So
Wallies versus Uptowns.
Yeah, hey.
Wow.
My thing right. This is my dude, man.
This is my dude.
How can I not like, my man had on a pair of Uptown.
My man had a pair of Wallies.
And he pulled out fresh t-shirts out of nowhere.
True.
He woke up in the morning, went in the kitchen, and pulled a fresh t-shirt. I don't know where he did that.
Man wore Wallies for 5 seasons. Come on.
You gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Dripping like marble cake.
And speaking of two guys from Uptown, from the BX, you know, Wallabies and, you know, a pair of Uptowns, Air Force Ones, you know, it's like
standard.
Every day. Standard.
You
can't live here without having at least one.
It's on your card. If you lived uptown, you need to wear either one.
But see, from what I understand, I heard in the interview with Charlie Hunnam, Jax Teller, that's the thing out there in California for the especially the younger biker culture, wearing a pair of white tennis shoes, as they call them, white sneakers.
Right.
That's their thing, as opposed to the old heads where they wear the motorcycle boots, or boots. Period. The younger dudes just throwing sneakers and they ride.
It's funny because Bryan Cranston's like he wears Wallabies because they're comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
They're very young.
They are.
They're like walking on clouds.
Yes, that's what they call them.
Anyway, so you see where we're going, right? This is what we're getting into. So we're gonna start off with a little Breaking Bad. You don't mind, right?
Yeah, hey, take the lead there, Panda.
All right. Breaking Bad, created and produced by Vince Gilligan. The series ran from 2008 till 2013, 5 seasons with him, shown on AMC. That's important. This was shown on AMC.
Yeah.
Fox had
FX channel. Yeah, they're grown-up channel. You know, where they would push the envelope.
They're soft
regularly on FX.
Soft core.
Yeah.
They're soft core.
With other shows, they push the envelope regularly on FX.
So imagine if these two shows were like either on Cinemax or
oh my
HBO.
God, it'd be crazy.
The sex scenes on both of them would be. You know, it's funny. Between them both, see, Jax was a core. I ain't gonna lie.
He would get it in, literally.
Yeah. Heisenberg, all he loved was his family, Jesse, and money,
because
and power.
It was a different dynamic.
He never strayed from his old lady.
It was a different dynamic. He was a family man.
His old lady.
He was a family man to the fullest meaning of it. Jax was an outlaw. He was a young dude. He was out there doing his thing. Even when he eventually got with his woman who he married, he still would occasionally partake in some festivities because he was an outlaw. That's what outlaws do, you know. What?
That's what outlaws do.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The cast: Bryan Cranston as Walter White, a.k.a. Heisenberg. He took the name Heisenberg after a German physicist. I forgot the
Okay.
Being that he's a chemist himself.
Yes.
So if you don't remember Bryan Cranston, he was in Malcolm in the Middle. He played the father, which I can't even look at anymore because
Yeah, it's totally two different characters.
that's Heisenberg with another family.
It's over there, it's
Yeah.
over there. Just,
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he also played the dentist in Seinfeld.
Yeah, episode of Seinfeld.
Couple episodes.
He recurred a few times.
Yeah.
He was a recurring character a few
Yeah,
times.
because he went to the
Parties,
party,
parties,
the Thanksgiving party.
Yeah. He had a recurring character on Seinfeld.
And Anna Gunn played Skylar, the wife of Walter White. Very annoying, constant. Loved Walter to death, but didn't like his lifestyle unless she found out.
Yeah, who would? You know, your husband's selling meth, you know,
No, but
pushing dope off.
your husband is a gigantic czar,
Yeah,
drug czar.
drugs are over. No, you're square. You don't like that.
Oh, Albuquerque. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman, a former student and drug dealer. Bitch. You know, I had to say that because that's his line. That's his you know. Yeah. Dennis Norris as Hank Schrader, brother-in-law to Walter, and DEA agent, and also lived a couple of blocks away from him. It was crazy that Walter was getting away with all this, doing all this, and his brother-in-law was a DEA agent.
Looking for him.
Who actually, I don't know if you've seen the series, he was the one who inspired Walter
To sell dope.
No, to make his life more exciting.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
There was a drug deal that went down. He was looking on TV. He was like, "Well, you want to go on a ride around with me and check it out?" And that's where he actually met Jesse, his former student, running out of the building.
And then later on, after a few seasons, he was looking for him.
Yeah,
He didn't put one and one together, but he was looking for him.
Because who would have?
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Your brother-in-law dying of cancer.
I'm
He's
looking-
frail.
Right.
You don't think he has the heart to do that?
Right, but he's a drug czar.
That was the crazy twist in the whole situation.
Controlling all the meth in the southwest United
Albuquerque,
States.
right? Betsy Brand is Marie Schrader, sister-in-law to Walter and sister to Skylar. She was very annoying, quite annoying, very annoying, quite annoying. Did I mention she was annoying?
I think he did.
Okay. For some reason, she had a whole set in purple. Which made me hate the color purple for some reason.
Okay.
Not the movie. I love you, but I didn't like the color purple.
Right.
And she was a kleptomaniac who also was married to a DEA agent. It was a lot of
Weirdness.
funniness in this.
Yes.
Bob Odenkirk as Saul Goodman,
So,
which is his joke within the name.
Right,
Which is
no doubt.
Saul Goodman.
Right.
He was the crooked lawyer who represented Walter and Jesse. Giancarlo Espinosa.
Esposito.
Why keep saying Espinosa?
I don't know.
No.
You're foul.
Thinking of baseball, me.
Yeah.
Puig.
Got another Puig in the show.
Giancarlo's
Yeah,
Big shout out to Giancarlo.
He played Gustavado Gus Fringe, a high-level drug distributor who covered as an owner of a fast food chain, Los Pollos Hermanos. I want to say that. Los Pollos Hermanos.
See that.
The brothers of chicken. Jonathan Bank, he played Mike Estrachon, worked as Gus as an all-purpose cleaner and hitman, and also worked as Saul as a private investigator. You can best think about Mike as Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction.
Okay,
The
I got
man,
you.
the cleaner, the guy who takes care of the dirty work. Who else actually took over for Gus after a while, but that was later on in the seasons. He despised Walter because of his greediness,
Okay.
which comes out to play later on. So who's the main characters in the Sons?
The main four, there's a long list of characters on Sons in the club throughout the show. The main four is Jax Tellers, is Charlie Hunan, the up-and-coming actor, is a fresh face on the scene coming out of Australia. That Kurt Sutter, who's the founder and lead writer of the show, who used to work on The Shield.
Who also played Otto, didn't he?
Yeah, he also played Otto.
Delaney.
Otto Delaney. He's the guy with the glasses. He had one eye after a while.
Yeah.
Then he bit his own tongue out. That's Otto. He's a G. Then there's Gemma Teller Morrow, which was Jack's mom's, and by Katie Segal, aka Peggy Bundy.
Bundy. She named Bundy. Hey, Al!
Yeah, she's
Katie
crazy.
Bundy.
Yeah, with the big red hair.
Yeah.
She's crazy. She's off the
She
hook.
resurrected her career with this particular series.
Then there's Jack's stepfather, his mom's husband, Clay Morrow, president of the club at the time, and a friend, allegedly, of his pops. He's a brother.
They went in love together, weren't they?
No, he's not. He wasn't in.
Oh, no.
He's not one of the original 9. He wasn't the founder.
First night?
No,
Wow.
he's
That's
only 6 of the original 9 were actually war vets. So he wasn't one of them.
He was on the war.
He might have been in
the
but
first
he-
9, but he's not a vet. Okay,
Only
I get
6. Only 6. 6 of the original 9 were war vets.
that. Yeah.
And the club's motto was "Fear the Reaper and ride free or die."
Because they were just a biker group. They weren't an outlaw group at the time.
Yeah, they weren't labeled outlaws in that. In '67, when the club was founded, it wasn't labeled outlaws, so to speak, as they are now. Other characters started to say way too much. Was Wayne Unser, the town sheriff, also a friend of the club. He was a friend of the club for years.
Yeah.
Then there was
He wouldn't die.
Opie Winston, Jack's best friend, because his father was the co-founder of the club. That's Piney. Piermont Winston was his father's name.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Piney. He was the co-founder. That was Opie was his father. Then there's Bobby Muntz, one of the
Bobby
crew.
Elvis.
Yeah, he did the Elvis impersonations. Go with the computer, that type of stuff. Then there's Jibbs, from Ireland,
Scotty.
with the scars. People might remember him from was it Flying Aces or Smoking Aces? I always mess up the name of that. Sorry, folks.
It's like my Espinosa.
Yeah, Smoking Aces movie with Alicia Keys in it, and and Taraji Hall, Common. He played one of the hitmen in that movie.
Ray Liotta. It was
He
a
came in-
star-studded. It was.
He came in to kill.
He played a hitman.
To kill the dude that was in man.
Yeah.
My bad, folks, but he was in that movie. You can't miss him because he has the scars. And he's also in Braveheart.
He's in Braveheart.
Right. The 2 scars are real.
Yeah. Sin City. He was in a host of movies.
Then there's Tig Traeger, Clay's Sergeant at Arms,
Wild
right-hand
man,
man,
soldier
Yeah.
to the dying day.
Right. Then there's Juice.
Questionable decisions though.
Oh, hey, you're an outlaw. You make questionable decisions. It's part of the outlaw tag.
Yeah, he's an outlaw.
Because, hey, you made yourself an outlaw. That's a questionable decision in itself.
This is so true.
Then there's Juice. Then there's Nero Padilla. Came in later on.
Nero Jimmy Smith, my
For
man.
his 7-year run. He came in round 5, I believe.
Jimmy Smith, man, great actor, veteran actor.
Great actor. Great actor. He has a long list of credentials. Great actor. He was a love interest to Gemma. And also a father figure, so to speak, to Jax. He came close to him.
Yeah, very close.
Then there's Eli Roosevelt, the cop who took over after Untz retired because he was too sick. Because Untz is the longest living man with stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
In his character, so he was the cop that took over for Untz. Then there's Jimmy O'Fallon. He was the go-between in the states between the club and the IRA.
And the IRA.
Helping them bring in the guns and doing his thing. He was that go-between in the states. Then there's Venus Van de Ween.
Oh, Jesus.
The love interest to Tig, so to speak, for lack of a better term.
Now, if you've seen this guy in different series, he is hardcore.
Right, he's Justified right now.
He's in Justified, he's Boyd Crowder. He was on the Shield. He was a hard-darn criminal. He was even in Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah.
He played the convict. He actually shanked a predator. That's how bad he was.
Yeah. He's a raw
But
good
this particular character, that's what makes it funny to see that.
Crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, there was an underlining comedic piece. It was black comedy, basically. I was telling you about last night when we were in the office, how there was an underlining comedic piece in both of these. But I like the way they did it in Sons, like when they did the car chase when they were chasing the IRA guy in the last episode, and they went through a doll factory. And if you've seen Sons, you know Trigg does not like dolls at all. For some reason, he wigs out on dolls.
Right. They always had
he was wigging out in there.
Always had good little one-liners or little things
to just
lighten
the way Happy is.
To lighten up the mood because it was such a dark show.
No, Happy had some dark comedy too.
That's what I'm saying. They used the humor to lighten the mood of some of the darker scenes because the show in general was a dark show. Right. A lot of murder and mayhem.
Well, as to Shakespeare, of course, it's dark.
So you need little humor every now and then, and they did it with great timing. Because it was the least expected.
Yeah.
And there'll be some great one-liners, little things between characters. It was a great show if you really pay attention to that type of stuff.
Right, the little guys like Chucky. He was a great
comedy relief. Yes. It was great stuff in there, man. Great stuff in there. One of the actors met an untimely death. He played Half Sack. His character was in there for the first, I think, 3 or 4 seasons.
Sorry,
he was a prospect. He died.
Yeah, I liked him. He was a beloved character in the first season.
Yeah, because he was the prospect that do anything. He was well, that's what prospects do. But he was a rider. He wanted to get down. He proved he showed his love for
the first scene when you've seen a hashtag, it's him cutting the deer out of the windshield. That's how they first introduced
Yeah, to hack off that. Then he got the fights. He was getting up and brawling for them.
He had the
He's
little
betting
bike.
on
They
them.
gave him the little bike as a prospect, so he had to ride around in that. Yeah, they did a lot with his character, and it was a shame to see him go.
Yeah, but he was allegedly running for murder. He murdered his landlord, and he died.
He was a real outlaw.
Yeah, he went through some rough times from what Kurt Sonny said. And other things about the club. Or should I get into that? You want to go into more to your Breaking Bad?
Well, I just want to bring in the plot.
Yeah, bring it up. Break it up.
All right, that's all basic. It's a basic plot with Breaking Bad. Walter White struggles as a high school chemistry teacher diagnosed with inoperable lung cancer, who, together with former student Jesse Pinkman, turns into a life of crime, producing and selling crystallized methamphetamine in order to secure his family's financial future before he dies. He was only supposed to go so far in the drug game, but power and greed.
Money, man. Money's the root of all evil, man.
Power. I thought the lack of money was the root of all evil.
That's the root of. That's the root of some other things. But, the money's the root of all evil, man. That's what they say. You know.
He acquired an empire.
I need some more money so I can investigate these evils. But that's another story. Yeah.
Give me the right amount of money, I'll throw some holy water on there.
I'll clean up those evils. Exactly. Got to clean them up.
Wash it.
A lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
Got some downy.
But basically, yeah, that was only what he was trying to do. He was trying to get into, last man's wish.
Right.
Make sure I take care of my family before I go.
Right. Yeah, true. And basically, almost the same premise to a degree with Sons.
Right.
He wanted to, after, in the beginning, he was an outlaw, he was doing his thing, the whole outlaw style, lifestyle.
Right.
But eventually he saw, and he got wind of things his father wanted to do, because he found his father's memoirs. And he was also keeping his own notes. I mean, his own little diary, so to speak, for lack of a better term, because I know men don't like to use the word diary.
Yeah,
His journal. He was keeping his own journal. That's a tough way to say it. So he found his father's own writings, and his father wanted to eventually. He really didn't like the outlaw lifestyle.
He didn't like.
He liked the free spirit of the biker lifestyle, but he didn't really want the outlaw.
He didn't want to
lifestyle.
deal with the guns in the IRA.
Right. He wanted to take the club out of guns, out of illegal business, and just have the whole brotherhood of the club and the biker lifestyle without the outlaw part of it.
Right.
So Jack saw that, and he investigated that, and he wanted to do what his father didn't get the chance to do.
Right. Which
So
was
that was
hard.
the premise of that. Yeah, yes, he realized it wasn't an easy thing to do, but that was
there
what
so many layers.
his objective
Right.
was to get the club out of that, and his family out of that, and to do right by his family. That was his goal to do, and eventually he realized it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, we found out.
Right. Well, he found out too.
We all found out at the same time.
Right. And you want to go into some more Sons? I mean,
Breaking Bad.
Well,
yeah.
Some actual factuals and stuff.
Well, what we were talking about is basic family.
Right.
And then Walter loved his family. Skylar, his wife, he tried to please her, not please her, but take care of her without her finding out. She actually was going to leave him because she thought he was having an affair. Because he was running around at night making crystal meth in the middle of the desert in an RV with a young kid.
Right. That sounds creepy.
It sounds, it does sound creepy.
Grown man running around a kid with an RV, that sounds creepy.
In underwear, making meth.
Hey, but
Danger, Will Robinson, danger. But he loved it. He loved his family. That he thought the world of his son, Walter Jr., aka Flynn. He changed his name to Flynn for some reason. I don't know if you see it. He was handicapped.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, he was handicapped, but he loved his father to death, and his newborn baby girl Holly, which brought the light to his eyes. Jesse, his former student, was like family to him too. He even referred to him as his nephew. In a particular scene where he was talking to someone where we'll get down the line, which is incredible the way it twists and turns.
So yeah, the show. I like the show, man. I like the it was a lot of realism. Not that I'm an outlaw biker, but I've watched other shows.
You're just an outlaw.
Sometimes. But I've watched other documentaries about the biker outlaw clubs, and Kurt, he reached out to some clubs. Well, preferably, namely one club, but no need for me to announce that. But he got tips on how things went, so it kept it authentic.
Right. Like Vince Gilligan. Vince Gilligan met with the real Heisenberg.
Okay.
And he got what he was, what he did in the Southwest at the time, and then he based the character there. So, you see the similarities are incredible, but yet they take a different turn.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think Son's a little darker.
Nah.
I mean, maybe not darker, maybe more violent.
Well, Sons is violent, but Breaking Bad ain't no Goldilocks either.
But it's different violence. It was different.
You mean like blowing up somebody in a nursing home?
Yeah, he did that too.
Yeah.
But it was different to where it wasn't as.
In your
Hiker
face?
thing is a little more.
Heisenberg had 12 men killed at the same time.
I know that. I seen it in the
jail.
climactic. Oh, I thought it was at the end.
No. That's a different piece.
Right.
He had 12 men killed at the same time, assassinated.
They did that weekly.
I mean, the level of violence was both crazy.
Yes. But I like how Kurt Sutter, he even had for a fictional town and a club, he had the whole backstory and everything for the club.
Right.
Like the founders was John Teller and Piney. They founded the club in '67 in Charming, California, fictional town. The allies, he had a list of allies for the club, which was the Black Gorilla family, the Carcusa crime family, which is mob related, the Devil's Tribe, another MC, the Mayans, the other MC.
Tribe.
I think that's the one they patched over, the one that was up north.
Oh, Juries.
Yeah, that's the club I think they
Juries
eventually patched
yeah,
over.
yeah.
And then there was the 1-9ers.
Which can actually, they were developing the Shield. That's Kurt Sutherland's little
The
gang.
Devil's Tribe? Or the
No, the 1-9ers.
Right, because
he moves them around.
In Northern California,
Yeah.
the Shield was, right?
Yeah.
Then there's the Grim Bastards, a black MC up in Oakland,
Which was
Oakland
pretty
area.
cool.
And then there's the True IRA, of course. Then the Galindo Drug Cartel, where they were doing business for helping the cartel do some things. That's when our man Machete.
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Ooh, I got a fun fact about them.
Machete. That's my dude right there.
Machete.
And then the Bizlats, which was Dia Nero's character.
Right.
His club, not club, but his gang. That he rolled with when he was out in the streets.
He was an OG, yeah.
Putting in his work. But eventually he cleaned up and he was legit when he got dragged back into the lifestyle when he met up with Jemba.
What was the name of that gang that Salazar was in? He was into like a minor gang, and then they tried to patch him. The Mayans tried to patch them over early in the season.
Oh yeah, I forgot the name of that club. They were a smaller club too. They were only in it for a few episodes, not that long, so I didn't get the name of them.
But there were another gang that was running through.
Right, yeah, they were going to patch over to the Mayans, but they just wanted to get rid of. Then they had the rivals, with the Aryan Brotherhood, when they was going through the problems with them, but they eventually wound up working with them and cooperating with them to take care of some other business towards the end of the run of the show, which was a 7-year run from 07 to 14.
Thank you for that.
Then there's the LOAN, which I'm not sure who they were. The Nordics.
Oh, the Nords were in the second one. LOAN, yeah, that was the second season. That was the white supremacists.
Okay.
That was Henry and Rollins. Remember?
Henry Rollins
and his crew.
Yeah, his crew. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of got they dispatched of them after
season 2.
2 seasons.
After they disrespected Gemma.
Right. Yeah. Then there was the Lynn Triad.
The Lynn, they were there from day one.
Right. They had their problems with
them and the Mayans.
Even though they were selling guns with them, but they still had problems off and on with them.
Yeah.
The Russian mob, they had their issues with them.
And they were selling guns.
Also selling guns to the Mayans.
Right.
I mean to the Triad, but they had their
Exactly.
issue. And Lobos Sonore Cartel. That was the other cartel they were beefing with Danny Trejo.
Oh, okay.
They were doing their thing with. So that was that was the genius of Kurt Sutter. Like even for people like a lot of people get into the whole books and the whole storyline behind shows and movies.
Right.
Like you have those people that are into the Star Wars books because they go more in depth in what the actual movies and the shows
Exactly.
do. So he has the whole story written down. I heard he has a book that's out about the Sons and all that stuff and everything. It's great stuff, man. And they also led the fact that this original 6 of the original 9 were actual war vets coming from Vietnam.
Right.
And then the club also had its 2 mottos, that Fear the Reaper, because that was their center patch logo.
Right.
It was a Grim Reaper with an M16 with the stiff with the knife on the blade on the tip of it. And then also was Ride Free or Die. That's a bike. It's a pretty cool model, man.
It should be
Just
everybody's
want to
model.
ride, man. Just want to ride.
It should be everybody's model.
Ride,
Free.
you know, whatever. What I didn't realize was their colors. The club's colors, excuse me, was blue and white. It wasn't black and white, it was blue and white. But we figured black because the vessel's black, but everybody's vessel's black.
Right.
But their colors are blue and white. And they had 29 charters to the club. The club was worldwide. They had 29 charters throughout the United States and Europe.
Yeah, because they had one in Belfast, they had
Right.
one in Vancouver,
And Canada.
they had one in Nevada,
I got it all right here. We got it.
Tacoma.
We got Alaska, Arizona, California, Florida, Illinois, New England, Nevada, New York, New Jersey. Remember New York and New Jersey because they had the three guys coming out of New York.
Chuck Zito, your
Chuck
boy.
Zito's character.
Yeah.
There was those guys. Then they had we got Oregon, Pennsylvania, Texas, Utah, Washington, and then in Alberta and Manitoba, Canada, and then of course there's Australia, the UK, and then Sweden.
Wow.
UK, you know, Ireland is part of the whole UK United Kingdom thing. So they was worldwide, man.
I love to see them in Alaska.
And the club's signature was a knife. The signature weapon was a knife that they keep on their head.
Yeah, you can see everybody.
Right. I'm just saying. They had a whole background, everything for this fictional club. They kept it, you know,
Kept it
authentic
real,
to the outlaw biker world, from what
Yeah.
I understand. And they used a lot of authentic bikers. I'm not naming no clubs because, you know, that's not my business.
Yeah.
But there was authentic bikers and club members from real clubs in the show.
You can see.
So yeah, you can see.
You can tell there's a few guys you're like, whoa.
Right, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, Kurt, you know, he's got ties to that world. Happy. His character, Happy,
He's part of a real gang, right?
He's in a club. He's a
Oh,
real
gang.
club member
Excuse me.
to one of the larger clubs in the country.
Yeah.
He's a real club member.
So is Andre the Giant.
Yeah, that guy with the long hair,
Yeah.
big brother. He's a authentic biker from that world. There was a few guys, man. There was a few guys.
Club.
Yeah. So, you know, it was very authentic, man. It was a great show, man. I know your love for this show. You're a Heisenberg guy. You like the
thinking.
the
thinking and the transformation
the
of this
mental
guy.
aspect of Breaking Bad, the cerebral aspect of it.
Yeah,
That's why I think this song was a little more violent because Breaking Bad was more cerebral compared to Sons.
Yeah, but it was also, it was more, you're right, it's more cerebral, but it was just, it wasn't, you're right, it's like it says violent parts, it wasn't as in your face,
Right.
it's Sons,
Right.
yeah, this is, Triple H,
Right.
cerebral
More
assassin.
cerebral. More cerebral.
Here, okay, so you want to name some names, you had Danny Trejo, right? You had Matt L. Jones as Badger. Badger, you've seen this guy before because he's been in so many different commercials. His main, and he's a friend of Jesse. Skinny Pete, a fellow pusher. Combo. You've seen this guy. I think I've seen him in different things. But when I was going to go back to family, that was Jesse's little family. Badger and Skinny Pete. That was part of his family. When you talk about other families, you had Tuco. He was a psychopath from Mexico. He was part of the cartel. But he took care of his uncle, who was part of a heavier cartel. And his uncle was, he had a stroke, but all he did was play with that bell. He still had the wherewithal of it all. And then when you get into the background of Gus, you find out that this guy that was in the wheelchair, Tuco's uncle, was part of a heavy cartel back in the days. And they actually killed his best friend, who he had considered a brother. That's why they called it Los Pollos Hermanos. He named the chicken spot for his brother that got killed by the cartel. So within Breaking Bad and within the structure, everybody had a sense of family.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Everybody had a sense of, I want to go about recurring themes because you guys had this. You had the angel of death walking through there a lot.
Right.
It bugged me about.
It took people a number of seasons to realize
I didn't
who the
get
angel of death was.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Throughout, you know,
It didn't hit me until the very last end of the series.
And I got some more actual facts here, like the name of the origin of the name, the Redwood Originals.
Okay. Let me go into the teddy bear first. So for your angel of death, I got the teddy bear, the pink teddy bear, which was a motif that started off in the second season. the image of a damaged teddy bear and is missing his eye. The teddy bear can be spotted in a mural on Jane's bedroom wall. Now, Jane was a girlfriend of Jesse Pinkman, who was putting a squeeze on Heisenberg. She wanted more money and for him to leave Jesse alone. But that was his partner, and he knew that this girl was going to take him down the wrong road because they were going doing heroin with a fentanyl chaser. That can't lead to anything good. She ended up choking to death in front of Heisenberg. Now Walter could have put her on her side, which you want to do because you don't want to stay on your back while you're choking. You want to be on the side so everything can come out.
Right.
But he watched her choke and watched her die, and didn't tell Jesse because Jesse was laid out in a heroin coma. Now that little piece ended up of a ripple effect. For the second season, it made its connection to James. The plane crash made a connection to Jane, because you come to find out Jane's father is an air traffic controller, and before the plane crash, Walter and Jesse's father, Jane's father, sat down in a bar and was drinking, and he was explaining how he loves his daughter, but she just won't do right, and Heisenberg, that's when he referred to him as his nephew, Jesse Pinkman, that he's in the same boat, not knowing that Walter just saw his daughter die. So once he finds out, he's distraught. There you go. And the God of the feeder, baby.
Sons of Anarchy, you gotta have some rock playing in the background.
Exactly. So once he finds out, it affects him at his job. The two planes collide in mid-air because of his faulty his job performance.
Right.
Guess where the teddy bear falls? In Walter's pool.
Wow.
Now half the face is all cut out.
Right.
Once later on, the next season, when he kills Gus Freeman, Gus Freeman looks just like the teddy bear.
Wow.
That was blown up in mid-air.
Excuse me.
The whole teddy bear concept was to show how many lives Walter affected and brought sorrow to, and how he was connected. That was so deep within it. Wow. Now, this teddy bear was seen in 4 particular episodes in the beginning. Now, when you put those 4 episodes together, it makes a sentence: 737 down over Albuquerque. ABQ.
And that was the planes.
That was the planes colliding. That's what I like. Both Sutter and Gilligan, they were deep in their thinking of their shows. They had you thinking. The thing about Breaking Bad, you see something and see something, and you're thinking it's something this, and it turns out to be totally different. Sons did that from time to time, but it was just so in your face.
Right. That's why I kind of liked it, man, because like we just said, and what you talked about with Breaking Bad, it was very cerebral, and I didn't have a lot of patience for that. That's why I wasn't as a fan of the show as you are. I'm more of an in-your-face, get to the point, show me people get smacked around and shot, biker lifestyle of a man's sons. Which I got a little more in-depth facts and stuff for the show. Like, the first charter was called Redwood, simply because they weren't settled in one sound yet. They didn't settle in Charming yet. They just cruised Northern California coast from Eureka to Big Sur, which is Redwood country. So they just cruised the country. It wasn't until Gemma got pregnant with the first kid, which was Jackson. Jackson was the first son, so his brother that passed was his little brother.
Thomas. Yeah, okay.
Right. So they settled down in Charming where Gemma grew up. And John, he thought Charming was, the name was a little too cute to be the name of a charter. So he called the charter the Redwood Originals. That's when Sam Crow was born.
Sam Crow.
That handle, exactly. That's why they have the Redwood Originals on their cut. Now, the original, there's only 9 members. The other 7, beside Piney and Teller, was Wally Grazer, Thomas, Uncle Tom, Whitey.
We never seen him.
Chico Villanueva.
We never seen him.
Lenny the Pimp,
Lenny, we seen.
Right. And then Clay,
Mm-hmm.
Keith McGee.
Keith died.
Yeah. Otto, Little Killer,
Yeah,
Moran.
that's not Delaney. That's
No,
another Otto.
Another Otto. And 6 of these guys were war vets. Teller was the prez, of course, up until 93 when he died. That's when Clay took over. And, the club formed from a social rebellion of men.
Yeah, social rebellion.
Yeah, that's what they all say,
You know what's funny?
Yes. What's funny?
Clay killed two original lions.
The founders.
He killed two founders.
Pioneer and Jack.
And Jack.
So he had to meet
Jackson.
him when it was his time.
John
Teller.
John. He killed two.
Yeah, he killed two.
Two originals.
Yeah.
Two founding
He
founding
killed the
members.
founding fathers.
Yeah.
He was no good, man. No good. And 91 is when the Mayans came into existence in their area.
Right.
They're old club too, but they didn't get into how old they are. But they came in 91, attempted to expand their drug dealing operations in the San Joaquin Valley. And that's what led to the bloody war with Sam Crow.
Lenny the Pimp is the last of the first 9.
Right, he died what, in season?
Lenny's still alive.
Oh, he was in jail, right, in jail. He's in jail.
Yeah, Lenny the Pimp is.
They showed him.
He's the last member.
They talked to Clay when Clay was locked up.
Right.
In season 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Season 5.
Yeah.
They killed him in season 6. They killed Clay.
Wow, now you're bringing more light to the situation.
Yeah, man. So, and the war with the Mayans, it ran until 93 when the Mayans finally backed down after taking too many casualties. And it's funny, it was, it's crazy how they have this whole in-depth backstory, like it's real, but it's
like Game
it's
of
all
Thrones.
fictional. Yeah, it's crazy. So the third skeleton was later of somebody.
That was Pig.
No, mechanic. No, the third skeleton they found in the highway.
Oh, that was the guy's father, remember?
No,
in season 1.
No, you're jumping shit. What led to them stopping the war with the Mayans was when part of a construction crew found 2 skeletons. They found 3 skeletons. And 2 of them were Mayans that Tig killed. And the third was a mechanic from the Morrow, from the paint shop
that was his kid's father.
Who was killed by Clay. He was being a rat. He was a rat. He was a junkie rat, so Clay killed him.
Yeah, remember the kid that was a junkie?
Yeah.
He and his son?
Ooh. It doesn't get into that right now, who he was. They just say he was a mechanic and he was a junkie.
His son
rat.
was working for Clay later on. He didn't know his father was killed. He thought his father just split because Clay told him, and then later on Clay told him he was a rat and it was a junkie.
They said they had Jax go in there and rip out his teeth in the morgue.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be able to identify
Yeah,
him.
that was later on. That was first season.
Yeah, they brought back Heat to the club.
Yeah, that was the first
crazy,
season.
Man, this whole backstory is really off the chain.
Oh, you know what I want to get into? The crossover gang. The one link to Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy.
What is that? Because I don't know.
Danny Trejo.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Machete.
Machete.
He played a lieutenant. Mm-hmm. He played a lieutenant in the cartel in Breaking Bad, Tortuga, known as the Turtle. He didn't met a bad ending on that. His head got blown off. Actually, they cut his head off and put it on a turtle and then blew it up. That's what you get when you
cross the cartel.
Yeah, cross the cartel. And then he was in Sons of Anarchy as a DEA agent.
Yeah, / undercover DEA in the cartel.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's six degrees of Danny Trejo.
Machete.
Yeah, machete.
Danny Trejo's a bad dude, man.
I'm serious.
That's my dude.
Yeah, but so you want to go into the downfall of these guys?
Like pretty much the downfall of anything, especially in that world, is greed along the line. Because with Clay was greedy. He didn't want to get. That's what wanted John, his greed. Then when Tiny found out what was going on and his
found out with the letters,
he killed him, and everything is all about the power of the dollar. It's basically the downfall.
Same thing with Heisenberg. He was supposed to only go for $700,000. He ended up having 8 barrels of money, $80 million. He saw what Gus had and he wanted it, and he ended up killing Gus for his for his empire, basically. He came back and told his wife, "I won." After killing them all. But Jesse was his lifeline. Jesse was what kept him afloat. And his wife, actually. Amen.
What do you want me to get into?
What else you got on the Suns?
Oh yeah, a lot. There's a whole lot. I don't know if we got enough time for all that about the Suns. But it's so deep, man. It's so deep. It's crazy, man. With Unsa being the chief of the police department in Charming.
But he was always secretly in love with Gemma.
Yeah, from their youth. They didn't really say that in this piece here. And it's just so much stuff, man. It's such a great show, man. I'm really gonna miss that show. I'm really gonna miss it.
Oh, I meant to say, Jane, the love interest of Jesse Pinkman, is Christine Ritter, daughter of John Ritter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if you don't, Three's Company's fame, go on TV Land or Google John Ritter, you young whippersnappers.
You remember when they had this guy Kyle Horbert, who was a disgraced former member of Sam Crow?
They burned his...
They got him, remember? Yeah, he came in because he had left. Opie to get arrested.
Yeah.
He had left Opie, he got caught by the police after a bombing.
Opie got 5 years for that.
Right, that's what Opie got locked up for. Because he got left and got caught for a bombing. He returned in 2008 after being exiled a few years earlier, and to watch his son playing with the band.
Right.
And that's when he got caught out there and they beat him up a little bit, I think.
No, he was actually...
Oh, he asked if he could come back.
Yeah, he asked him to come back, but he didn't realize he took off his shirt and he still had the tattoo patch on his back.
He still had his colors on
And
his tattoo.
that's disgraceful.
Right, because they burned it off.
Yeah.
Didn't they burn it off or they raised it?
No.
They asked him if he could cut it or burn it.
And he said burn.
Yeah.
Once you get kicked out of these clubs, man, your ink is gone. You see what they did to Clay.
Right. It's funny because they mentioned that on some of my notes I have written down here, where he asked when he got found out in the town because he was exiled from the town. He told him that they can have in because he had a little stolen car parts rig he was doing.
Right.
So they said, yeah, they invited to the clubhouse, and there's a setup because that was a punishment for him still having his SOA tattoo. He didn't have it removed after being disowned.
Right.
So they tied him up, offered him a choice of the removal, which Tig used a blowtorch and whiskey to burn off the tattoo.
Yes. They gave him the whiskey and they put it on his back.
Then they just dropped him off at the hospital.
Yeah. But he should have known better.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. The Nordic Club had an alliance with the Mayans. That's where they came into play. In 2008, they had an alliance with the Mayans in a bid to remove Sons from Charming. But that didn't really work out for the Nordics in the end, and they wound up, doing their thing and getting together and working together. Great show, man. Great show. I'm gonna miss the show because there's nothing to watch on Tuesday.
Figure out how I felt when I got home Tuesday. I was like, oh, there's nothing on.
Yeah, man. Tattoo Masters is finished.
Ink Masters.
Ink Masters
That's
is finished.
another
So
show.
it's like, we talked about that in prior shows. Our tattoo extensive collection
And stuff.
and that stuff. Yeah.
All right.
There's nothing else. What you got for me?
About Breaking Bad, let's see. We got... No, I got...
Oh, to go back, sorry, the Devil's Tribe was the brother club that they patched over. They used them before they patched them over. I was correct in my saying that. It was the Indian Hills Club in Nevada, the Devil's Tribe. Remember they needed help? It was a small club. They were
that was
pushed
Drury.
around by the Mayans.
Yeah, that was Drury's club.
They asked them to help them out and they patched them over. But they always did stuff with them.
The 14th episode of the 5th season of Breaking Bad was called Ozymandias. And that goes in deep. It talks about it's about the rise and fall of this pharaoh who got all gold and treasures and everything he wanted, and his empire fell. And it kind of coincided with this particular episode of Breaking Bad, because that's the beginning and end of Heisenberg, because his brother-in-law gets shot, his friend Hank Schrader's friend Gomi, who's another reoccurring character. Stephen Gomez gets killed by these white supremacists that Heisenberg had hired. Like I told you, he had killed.
So they have white supremacists in both shows?
Yeah, that's kind of an ongoing thing, but I didn't want to put that through. You know, I'd rather go with Machete. Is it?
Well, you know, it kind of makes sense because they both set out west. One in
yeah.
the Southwest, one out in California.
Exactly.
And those two collection of outlaws and gangs or whatever. Excuse me. They kind of run their business out there a lot.
Yeah, in the West. So within that, he had to give up most of the money that he had buried out in the desert because he had buried all these. He had thought that Jesse had burnt all his money. That's where the greed came in. That was his downfall. And then went out there, got his brother-in-law killed. Boom. Next thing you know, the downfall.
Hey, man.
His downfall, which coincides with the downfall of Jack Teller. It wasn't so much an empire, but his kingdom was crumbling around him.
Well, yeah, it was, you know, it kind of was an empire. Because remember, their mother charter of a 29 chartered worldwide organization.
Yeah, but he was king. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, so was Jack.
Yeah.
Was the king.
No, that's what I'm saying. Jack was king.
Yeah.
He was king.
You know, it was tough, man. It was tough, man. What's the phrase? Heavy is the head that wears the crown?
What? Look at you knowing about Billy Shakes.
Come on, man.
Heavy's the head that wears the crown,
I'm
son.
a whole-rounded guy.
You are
Both
ways.
Figuratively
And literally.
Yeah, you know. Hey.
Yeah, Heavy is the head that wears the crown from Hamlet. Billy Shakes, which basically what Jack was. He was Hamlet. He was talking to the ghost of his father basically throughout the whole series.
They kind of went away from him.
At the end, they got back to it.
Yeah, but I'm saying that towards like the middle. 4 to 5, a little bit. They got.
It's hard to talk to your father when you're fighting off the Mexican cartel.
Right, but you know, even getting away from him writing his journals, even though he continued it because he had boxes of them.
Yeah.
But it puzzled me why he burned it. But
because
once he talked about it with Nero, I understood. But to see him do it at first, I was like, no, don't do that.
Because he knew.
I understood the plan.
He knew what it was
after he broke it down to Nero, which overall, man, it was some great acting
in both series
on all aspects.
All aspects. Because the messed up part where Jesse ended up ratting on Heisenberg.
Stop.
He was ratting on Heisenberg, and you see the turn. You're like, wow, look at this. You're emotionally invested because you figure these two went through a lot together, and now they're against each other.
Right.
And then when Jesse became a slave, nothing you can do. He was actually a slave.
Right.
He worked for the white supremacists. They had a chain around his neck.
That's crazy.
He was a slave making crystal meth. And guess what? Walter went back to get him, to free him. On some ego stuff, but still. I want to get into the music of both. This?
Yeah.
Dude, there was some music in Breaking Bad that blew my mind. From Gnarls Barkley, to, they went back to a Crystal Blue Persuasion, which was kind of funny the way they worked that in. You know, kind of like the way Sons does at the end, and or sometimes in the middle of Sons of Anarchy. The music was ridiculous in this.
Yeah.
The names of artists I can't even get into, but you would be surprised on how all of it fit in perfectly for what they were doing. Crystal Blue Persuasion, really, seriously, that was crazy.
I like style of the music, and towards the last two seasons of Sons, like the way they scored the shows, the music that played in the background.
Right.
It was some good stuff, man. It
Now,
fit the scenes like perfect.
You know, Katie Segal sang most of that.
Right.
Some of that stuff.
Some of the stuff. She sang some of the. She's a band.
Yeah.
But they found an artist from England. I forget his name at the moment, which is bad. Maybe when we get it, we'll post it up on the like page.
Yeah.
That's the Big Joe Panda like page on Facebook.
We'll
post that up. But it just was so fitting, like the song with about crying when tears fall or something, when he was riding after he had to kill his mother and answer. It was just powerful, man. That's some powerful songs, man. I know you're surprised because, my background, I'm mostly,
hardcore.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing, but I like a good song. A good song is a good song.
Yeah.
So they had some great music in that show.
There's something for love. I can't name you.
Hey.
Something. Something for love.
Oh, yeah. Watch it, man. Watch it. Watch it, tough guy. When I get my bike, I'm coming for you.
Alright. You crazy. What else?
Get your RV and the Wallabies. I'm gonna get a bike.
Yeah, RV, Wallabies, and a nice hat, the black hat.
I'll be riding.
But to tell you the truth, both series will be missed.
Oh yeah, man. There's a void right now, man.
Yeah, I don't see anything coming close to any which one of them. Especially Sons. Now that it's just you just lost a friend. I lost a friend for a while. You just lost this friend. I know this is a withdrawal.
Yeah, man. My boy, man. My man Jax, man.
And I want to talk about the endings, man. No, they both satisfied.
Yeah, I wasn't upset with the ending at all. Not at all.
I was totally satisfied the way Jax went out. If you didn't
was-
see it, but
No, you should have. You
should have.
Gracious, man.
And the same way Heisenberg went out. You know, they went out on their own terms.
Right. And there was an ending.
Yeah,
It was. You didn't left hanging.
like some series we won't speak about.
Right. Exactly.
Or
left you like, what
the hell's that?
Right.
Why is he a
one-
lumberjack?
It
What the
just-
hell?
Yeah, it just happened. It was like, okay, this was going down. It went down. You knew it was over.
And it was
You
done.
knew
It was
what
finale.
everybody else had to do.
Even though they left a little smidgen of opening.
Where?
You just, yeah.
Well, I would say opening because he's a child. But, you know, it just left you to think.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's still-
that's what I'm saying. It gives you something to think about.
It's still, oh, wait a minute, we know we might have a new groundbreaking series. But I'm just looking at the monitor right now for some things going on. But
Talk monkeys.
there's something happening right here. But, you know, the ending was a good ending, man. It just,
I was satisfied with that ending supremely.
on your show, it left it opening for this movie that the spin-off is having now.
Oh well, you guys
Which is
had
going back to
you
prequel
could have had a
along.
spin-off with the early parts of Sun. But yeah, it left it. No, everybody. It's finale. I think Jesse's done with that game. He was a slave. He was
Right.
set free. He got that. Heisenberg is gone. Their family
But
moved
they're having
on
a spin-off with the
with
lawyer.
Saul.
Right.
And it's kind of like Sons because it's the prequel to the
to
because
the-
it shows before Jesse and Walter hired Saul Goodman
But-
and how his relationship with Mike and Gus Fringe
At least
became.
you have that. We don't have that prequel.
No, yours might be in the workings.
It was in the discussion phase last year. Kurt sat
With
down with the
enough-
FX people.
No, dude, with enough demand, people will ask for that. Come on, you don't think so? It's
I
got
don't
a
know.
hell of a fan base.
It's up to Kurt. But from what I heard and listening to Kurt talk about the show went down, it probably won't happen. I would like for it to happen. If y'all don't know, there was discussions in 2013 of doing a prequel to the show set in the 60s, as the guys, I guess, came home from Vietnam. But there's just those discussions and it never took off after that. At least they're not letting us know. There might be a surprise.
Call
But
me. Call me.
Kurt is already in works to do another show. So
Yo, Kurt, call me. Hey, that's on my like page, Kurt.
yeah, that's the Big John Panda Show like page on Facebook.
There you go.
You know, that's so. You know, I would love to be a prequel about it, but I don't know. I don't see it
If
happening.
you want alternate ending, your own alternate ending. I know what your alternate ending.
My alternate ending would be Jax riding off with his kids, but I understand where they went with it, so it's not gonna happen.
I would like to see Heisenberg live, but he couldn't. He just couldn't. He was going to either die that way or by cancer
Well,
anyway.
yeah. Even though they said the cancer was in remission.
No, he came back. That's why he did all he did
Okay.
right before he passed. And he wasn't he didn't feel too bad when it happened to him and he died.
Okay.
So it was a final ending. It came through, but hey, you know what? It's satisfied for the most part.
Yeah, man. So I think on that note, we're gonna put a nail in that coffin.
Well,
You
yeah.
know, this episode has met Mr. Man.
Or Heisenberg. Whichever one.
And
It's a man vote.
you know, we got some things working in the works
Yo,
right now.
talk
folks.
about we got stuff coming up in development.
The next show, which will be our year-end
Talk about it.
/ prediction, what to look forward to for 2015 show. We got that coming in the works before year-end. We're going to do that show. And, you know,
What's our next show after that?
the next show after that, we'll let them know on the commercial break for that last show.
Wow. You gonna tease him like that?
We got to keep them coming. We got to keep them coming
That's
back.
him. He's giving you the tease.
So, folks, also, new one in the works. If you're not doing anything on a Saturday night, or you're getting ready to go out on your Saturday night at 9 o'clock, you can tune in if you live in the Bronx, BronxNet on Optimum Channel 68.
And you see these two handsome faces.
That's right. Big Joe and the Panda Show is on TV right now.
We on TV. We mass communicating.
Optimum Channel 68, that's BronxNet Channel 68. On Verizon is Channel 34. So check us out. When you get dressed when you go out, hit your club, your bar, whatever you want to do,
Get
on Saturday night, before you go to the movies, tell your old lady to chill out. You got to watch Joe and Panda right now.
Both of you sit down. Get Joe and the Panda in the mix.
Right.
You can have a foursome.
Hey,
all right. That took it too far.
Yeah, because you go left. That's what you do. So, check out the show. That's Saturday nights at 9 o'clock on BronxNet 68 and 34 Verizon.
Get some Joe and the Panda in your life.
Also, check us out on chillloverradio.net for the podcast for the Big Joe and the Panda Show.
Download us. Listen to us before you get to work. Have a laugh.
Check out what we put on there previously and the stuff we put on in the future.
Tell your boss.
Tell your friends. Spread the word.
Tell your friends.
And if you have any questions, any ideas for something for us to talk about, topics and top 10 lists you might have, go to the Big Joe and the Panda Show like page on Facebook, because everybody's on Facebook, so there's no excuse. Yeah.
Pretty ladies, just leave your phone number. We'll call you.
Right, I will.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. You get out on Facebook as much as I have. Holla at your boy, the face of the franchise.
Inside joke. All right, this is concluding the Joe and Panda Show.
On that note, we got a few minutes. We just want to big up everybody that's helped us put these shows together. Help my man Stat in the building, come through every now and then on the show. You know, he gets things buzzing. He's the face of Facebook.
Wow. Yeah.
A big shout. Also, Facebook browsers. Check out Hip Hop Heads. It's a group on Facebook.
It's another
great talk on hip hop. For you people that love hip hop, check it out. It's good debates, good topics and discussion, good reviews on new music that's popping out in the scene. Check out that group as you're leaving a suggestion on the Big Joe and Panda like page.
One more time.
The Big Joe and Panda like page on Facebook.
Yeah, he said it 3 times.
Chillloverradio.net for the podcast. On the Block Sports Talk like page on Facebook. Chillloverradio.net for the podcast for both shows. Hey, we'll say big shout to my man Mustafa behind the boards.
Yeah, our producer extraordinaire Mustafa.
Helps us week in and week out putting things together.
Down stuff.
Big shouts to everybody that helps us out. We're going to the office later on to discuss some more things.
Right now.
That's right, but that's what we're doing. You have to discuss some things.
Yeah, next show.
Next show. We're going to try and make you laugh and make you think. If you got 2015. When I get 015, that makes sense. My bad. Pause myself.
Anyway, sign off, baby.
We out of here. Big Joe, Panda. Have a good weekend. Have a good happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bring New Year's in safe.
Happy Kwanzaa.
All that.
Happy Hanukkah.
And all that.
Festivals for the rest of us?
And all that.
Because I got to lift the grievances.
Yeah, man. We out of here, folks.
Ciao.
Peace and love.
Labeled in the hood as the streets' brightest star. I'm a superstar, so I go hard, shine hard. All of the above, 29s on the car. Money so the push and shove, and they know who I